negative 6? Negative 3. Okay, so half. So to get C, I'm going to take half of negative 6, and then I'm going to square that. Well, half of negative 6 is negative 3. What's negative 3 in parentheses squared? Nope, negative 3 squared. 9. Positive 9. Because whenever we square a negative, what does it always become? Positive, right. Okay, C will always be positive. All right, so now we're going to rewrite this as x squared minus 6x plus what? 9. So there is our C. We now have a perfect square what? Trinomial. We're now going to write this perfect square trinomial as the square of a binomial. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and write our parentheses for our binomial. We're going to write it as the square of a binomial. What's the sign of our binomial? It's going to be negative because our middle term, our b, is negative. So therefore, that will be negative. And then we just take the square root of our first and our third term. What's the square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of 9? 3. Class, if we were to take x minus 3 times x minus 3 and FOILed it, would we get this? Yes, that's what we've done. We've taken this perfect square trinomial and factored it into the square of a binomial. Does that make sense when I did that? Okay. Now, what is this all going to do for us? What we did right here is building us up into actually solving a quadratic using completing the square. This part is the hard part. Because now what we're going to do is incorporate what you learned in 10.4 to do the rest of this problem. Because now we're going to use square roots to do the rest of the problem. So now that we understand this process, this is the hard part of the whole thing. This is the new part. Now let's go ahead and use what we've learned to solve these.